Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm on Rat Bones' account and he's come up with a really cool, unique, unkillable team. I don't think I've ever seen it, albeit maybe it's out there. I don't know, but I think it's unique anyway. He is like 180 odd days in, 185 days in. He's got, you know, an average great haul. An average great haul. It's okay. He's winning. He's getting his medals. But this account is not like a end game crazy account. So what I'm able to show you here is this strategy on his account. But what blows my mind is what the potential of this strategy is. So you're probably looking through the accounts, the details here, and you're like, well, I can't see where Maneater is. I can see a cheeky tower, but there's no Wardcaster. So it's like, where does the unkillable team come from? And would you believe it? Mr. Cheese himself, Mr. Cheese, the Paragon, is part of this unkillable team. Now, which is absolutely awesome. He's actually got like another use in the game. So basically, Paragon has got the ability, once booked, to make himself unkillable, places an unkillable buff and increase attack on, so not just himself, on anyone, on a target ally for 2 turns. And what Bones is doing here is he's using Paragon to force the unkillable buff on a certain ally. And it's kind of like when you have your Maneater unkillable buff up on one person, a bit like on the budget Maneater, where the clan boss still attacks the person with the unkillable on, even though he shouldn't, in effect. So it's quite cool. He's basically using it to target one person and making a totally unkillable team really out of an unlikely duo. So the unkillable comes from Roshkard and Paragon together. If we look at the speeds then that he's running, so he's running Paragon at 180 speed. And one of the things you'll notice here, so he's defense-based. Paragon's damage comes from defense. So you kind of want to stack up defense, crit rate, crit damage in an unkillable team because you want to get as much as you can. He's actually got him in a toxic set to get some additional damage out. He doesn't care about the accuracy. You don't need some of those other abilities like the decrease attack and heal reduction. In fact, you want as little accuracy as you can get. So we've got a 180 Paragon speed. We've got a Roshkard the Tower 251 speed. He's just, again, he's pushing for a bit of crit, a bit of damage, but there's a lot more that can be done with this build with higher grade of gear. He's just getting to the speed that he needs to get to here. We have got then a Razin in the team. Toxic set as well. Razin's running at 175 speed. He's pushed the crit rate up. You know, again, like, a better build would have higher defense, higher crit damage, but it's not a bad build. And he probably could do with a bit more accuracy as well, in fairness. We've got a Martyr for a counter, which just gives us more attacks, more damage. Martyr also increases the defense of Razin and Paragon, which means that they'll push out more damage. So quite a nice one coming in there. 195. So you'll notice the speeds here, apart from on the tower, the speeds are quite low. So that is Martyr. And then Martyr's got, in this build, enough accuracy to land her decreased defense. So it's additional decreased defense over Razin. 195 speed, 3.3k defense. But yeah, again, loads more scope in this build as well. And then we've got actually a Steel Skull coming in as the cleanser. So we do have to cleanse off the stun. The stun comes in when we've got block damage on, not when we've got there's no block debuffs going on here. So he's using Steel Skull to cleanse off the stun, which means he's having to run it totally manually. Now you could use Doom Priest, you could use Bad L, basically anyone who can cleanse a stun consistently on a 3-turn cooldown could go into this spot. Steel Skull, when you're doing it on manual, is also going to bring poison, so there's additional damage there. But ultimately, I would suggest that this comp can get way better than it is with some tweaks, which is quite interesting to see as well. So what I'm going to do, he's manual the whole run. I'm not going to do it for you guys because it'd take a ton of time. He's manual the whole run. I'm going to show you that run now. and then we're going to skip to the damage breakdown, which is, in my opinion, incredible. Alright then guys, we're going to kick this off. As I say, he is manual in this fight. So we're going to see Roshgard straight away get his Unkillable up. You get your counter attack off. At this point, what will happen later on is those two will cycle round. So actually Roshgard will do his Unkillable after, or block damage, sorry, after the Martyr. Everyone else though is going to do their kind of maximum damage potential abilities. And then this kind of rotates around. Now, because he is doing this on manual, the Paragon actually is not going to use his Unkillable buff at all until Bones decides he's going to put it on. If you were doing it on auto and you had a way to use someone instead of Steel Skull to cleanse, then you would actually, on auto, he would be placing his Unkillable buff on the leader. He'll always place it on the leader unless there's someone in dire straits. So you see, because everyone's kind of full health, the leader takes the stun. He's going to cleanse the stun off here with Steel Skull. As I say, if you've got like a 3-turn cleanser, you can bring in that champion as your auto champion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip it on a bit until he needs to start placing the Unkillable, and then we'll kind of watch it through from there. What you'll notice here, so turn 4, you'll notice the order of Martyr and Tower turn round, so that Tower always gives everybody 2 turns of block damage, which means both of the AoEs always block all of that damage, which means everyone stays full health, and the slam will always go on your leader. Really well set up this. So let's skip on a bit until like turn 29 here. Okay, so you can see at this point, Martyr is taking hits. She would have taken the last stun. So again, he's manually, he's now going to place the Unkillable on Martyr before the slam comes in on the slam phase, yeah, the 3rd hit. And you'll see slam comes in, Martyr's Unkillable at this point. Slam comes in, bam. She's taking big hits, but she's not dying. And in this comp, Steel Skull does that cleanse, but doesn't heal her to full health. And then it kind of cycles round to carry on. I'm going to let this play out for the rest of the fight. Get myself off the screen, play it back a bit faster, and let's watch it through. Okay then, we're coming on for the last couple of turns here, turn 48, so we've hit already 38 million. This is a 2-key team, and as you saw at the start, their gear is not crazy. There is a load more of option with this team. I love that Paragon's in here. So there you have it. We've got a 39 million key on Ultra Nightmare using Paragon and Roshgard as the Unkillable setup. Really interesting comp. Great to see another champion getting used for this type of stuff. Oh, he's a 2-key Ultra Nightmare on Void. He's also shown me damage setups on Spirit, where he's doing like 32 mil, but he subs in Sepulchre instead of Razin. Again, if you've got the right champions like Doom Priests and what have you, then you can actually skip over the requirement of having to manual this or sub in someone like Sepulchre. But very cool that you can do this much damage with this style team. And what I will say is, because I've built endgame teams, I know that there's a lot more damage to come in this setup. Razin can probably do close to 15 to 16 million with better gear. Paragon is doing 8.7 million. I know he's got Toxic set on, so that's going to help us. But damn, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage from a Paragon. Roshguard, I know, could probably push up to more like 6-7 million with good gear. Probably more than that, actually. More like 8 to 10. Martyr could do 10. Steel Skull's probably maxing out, but Steel Skull, I think, should be subbed for someone better. If you had Bad L in here, I think you would just do a ton more damage. But yeah, really interesting comp. Good to see something different. Yeah, so Bones, thanks for sharing this with me. Really appreciate that, buddy. And guys, hope you enjoyed the new cheese, the new way to use the cheese. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.